Thank you so much, Jasveer. That was exactly the way I told you to introduce me. Very good. All right. Raise your hand or say yes in the chat box if you love reading books. If you love reading books, please. Yeah, I see Sagarika, I see Meena, I see Venkata. Superb, superb. Okay, my next question. How many of you actually read books? Okay, Venkata, Sagarika. Okay, okay. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, the world is changing drastically and it's changing very fast. Now, today I'm going to review a book with you, which is by Mike Capuzzi. Just a second. Yeah. Mike Capuzzi is a speaker, author, consultant, and coach for business owners and sharp, aggressive entrepreneurs looking to get to the next level in the business. So he has 25 years in marketing and 21 years in consultant. Mike's diligent and innovative use of high impact marketing has consistently surpassed the expectations and outcomes. So this is one fantastic book, The Magic of Short Books, right? He says, discover his simple step by step formula for creating an effective customer attraction book, right? Now, my next question to each one of you is why we pick up a book and stop in between? Why don't we finish it? And how does it feel if you don't finish a book which you started? Type in the chat box, or you can just unmute and share. Probably just you can help me with the answers. That's fine. We usually start reading books, but we don't finish it, right? Lack of engagement, Ram Prasad says. Absolutely. And makes me look like a fool to have bought a bad book. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, there are various reasons that we start a book, diverges the focus. Absolutely, Shirisha. That's a good answer. Krishna Goda falls asleep. Absolutely. That's a wonderful answer, Krishna. So, yes, the things have changed. Now, the magic of short books is for the person who agrees with these 7 beliefs. Now, let's see what are these 7 beliefs. Time is most precious gift in our lives. And if we can connect and help others while taking up less, we will be rewarded. That's what author says. And the second, the written word containing useful information is one of the best ways to communicate. Why your products or services will help others solve a problem or take advantage of a new opportunity. I'm sure you would agree that there are so many self-help books out in the world which are like 300, 400 pages. But if you actually summarize it, it is 7 points, like, 7 effective ways or 5 effective principles, right? But you have such a fat book, they fill it up with all fluff. It's not real content. They put up unnecessary things into the book and they make it look really fat, right? Now, look at the third point. Sharing your personal story and stories of how you have helped others will uniquely humanize. You only have a moment to grab the interest. You know the attention span has gone down of the people. As a speaker, you understand that you grab audience attention in 11 seconds. In 11 seconds, if you do not capture their attention, they'll take out their phones. And now, a real professionally constructed printed book is one of the most powerful advantages and unique game changers in the world of positioning you and attracting more ideal customers. This is such a beautiful book. Mike Capuzzi is mentioning that you're not going to give everything in the book. It's like a trailer. You want your reader to take action at the end of the book. I'll come to that. Short books are a welcomed relief from books with bloat, which contain unnecessary filler and are started by typically never completed by readers. As some of you already mentioned, why we do not finish reading books which we have started. A shook is a worthy business asset. Okay, you might be wondering, what is a shook? Mike Capuzzi calls his books shooks. Okay, short, helpful books in short form is shook. So when I say shook, it's a short, helpful book. A shook is a worthy business asset for you to create, and working with me is the key to getting it done fast and pain-free. I love this author, Mike Capuzzi. At every end of the chapter, he says, if you work with me, I'll do this for you. If you work with me, I'll do that for you. So he is shamelessly selling himself, and that's absolutely fine. Now, Who should read this book? Even though this is a short book designed to be read in about an hour, that's what Mike Capuzzi says. So he says he doesn't want to waste our time if it's not a good fit. So please take a few minutes and read this section, which says, why this book? Who should read this book? He wrote the short books for 3 reasons: to shift your focus from traditional, everybody has one marketing tool like business cards, brochures, to an authority building customer attraction system centered around your own short book. Second point, to share a unique type of short, helpful book, which is Shook. He believes if not all business owners should leverage in their business and give you a step-by-step formula. Number 3, to invite readers to connect. Okay, your book should have a purpose. The Shook should have a purpose for your reader to come back and connect with you, right? So Shooks are faster to create, easier to read, and are designed according to an intentional and proven direct response marketing formula. This is an important and critical differentiator from all the other types of books, right? So the world needs more short, helpful books. These short books are focused on a single topic with a single call to action. No fluff, no blah, blah, blah. Its single call to action is still the most effective. It attracts new customers and assets you can create, right? The world needs more short, helpful books. Why? Because he says 95% don't have the time or attention span to read long books, regardless of the subjects, importance or interest level. They may start with the best of intentions. Okay, I'm going to finish this book. I bought this book, and I'm sure there are so many books lying in your shelf. You are doing self-improvement rather than self-improvement, and you haven't touched the books which are fat. They may start with the best of intentions, but after a few chapters, what happens? Something else gets their attention and the book is put down, never to be completed. So what should be the Shook size? Rather than 5.5 into 8.5 or 6 into 9, trim the size of typical business books. Most Shooks are intentionally designed to be as a different size, making it slightly smaller. So basically, therefore, it is different looking than others. I have some examples with me which I can actually show to you. Okay. There is this book, this fat book. I love the topic. It says the 48 laws of power. Oh my God, 450 pages. I started reading it. I read 50 pages and I never touched it again. I never did. But I love the topic. But somehow I'm not able to touch and read it again. And I'll come to one of our PSA members' book, How to Get My First Paid Speaking Gig by Praveen Shekhar. 67 pages only. No fluff, no nonsense, nothing. Pure value. So this is what I call a show. It gives you that feeling that you actually started and finished a book, right? With so much of value in it. So that's why Shooks are getting famous, and the size is different. And the regular book pages is, most business books have 30,000 to 50,000 words, with many exceeding 75,000 words. But they tend to be at least 200 pages and often reach 400 pages. So what about Shook pages? Shook pages contain 10,000 to 18,000 words in total and have 80 to 140 pages. Not more than 80 to 140. Typically what Mike Capuzzi is saying is write a book which is like 100 pages, 110, 120, but 140 is maximum. But these are smaller pages, so they are faster to read and can be read by an average speed reader in an hour or two. So the Shooks which Mike Capuzzi is recommending should be read in an hour or two. Shooks are focused, as I said. Shooks are written for a specific targeted audience. I sometimes laugh when they say, my book is for everybody. Everybody. My topic is for everybody. No, your book is not for everybody. There is a specific targeted reader. Typically the person who would be an ideal customer for your business in the future, right? Shooks are easier to understand. You love the baby picture, I know that. Okay, Shooks are helpful bite-sized chunks of information. Now, if you see, when there was this physical meetings, we used to do this full day workshops, 8 hours, 9 hours workshops. But these days, Have you seen the virtual meetings? People are conducting 90 minutes and 2 hours workshops. So workshops in chunks, 2 hours for 5 days. What a beautiful idea, right? So shooks are helpful bite-sized chunks of information your target reader is looking for. They are not meant to be the complete and final word on topic. Now, what are your personal goals for writing the shook? These are some of the questions which author Mike Capuzzi has mentioned in his book. What is your big personal goal? What are you trying to accomplish with your shook? How will you know? How will you do that? How will you know that you accomplished it? What metrics will you use to know? So your goals for the reader is, are you helping them? What do you want readers to achieve? That's why I underlined it. Achieve after reading your shook. What do you want your readers to do after reading your shook? What is your shook hook? Shook hook, nice word, isn't it? What is a big idea or big promise with your shook? How are you trying to help your readers? And these are some amazing questions. Mike Capuzzi is asking an author, a first-time author, to answer these questions and write a book. So what is the big promise? The big promise is create a promise for your shook and explain to your reader how investing the time to read it will help them solve a problem. I love this book from the page 1 because I see a promise there. He promised why I should read this book. And your shooks has to have active call to action and passive call to action, right? Active call to action is what you want your reader to do. Do you want your reader to call you, book an appointment with you, book a probably discovery coaching call with you? Or what is that passive call to action? You remember, there are so many speakers or authors or trainers, they give something for free. It could be a tip sheet, it could be a short video, it could be their first course, right? So that is passive call to action. And what is your shook's title? Keep the main title short and sweet, just few words. Subtitle, you can expand it to 12 words. Remember, your shook title should deliver clear and compelling benefit or worthy goal, right? Now, who should read this book, right? You should have this section. Who should read this book? This section allows me to boldly proclaim who should and who should not read my shook. In turn, this will strengthen the bond with my target readers since they know I wrote it specifically for them. That's what Mike Capuzzi says. And that's his promise. Starting your shook off with a bold promise is a smart way to keep you focused on what you must deliver. It's an amazing thing, isn't it?
All right, Kumar.
Yeah. So that's about the shook, which I want to tell. And these are the introductions. Reason why, here what you will discover. Here's why this is different, why this is important. So your shook has to be short. And I read all the short books which I have. This is Fish. I think it is just 103 pages. I just finished it in one sitting in 1 hour. And this is Fish. Fish is a proven way to boost morale and improve results by Stephen London. It is 106 pages. Isn't it amazing to write short books so that your readers love it and actually start and finish the book? Okay, and not keep it in the shelf. Thank you so much.